They said the throne was no place for a woman. But Amina said, "If a hen can crow, let it crow like a cock." Welcome to Wisdom Chambers, where truth wears a crown and wisdom walks barefoot. Let me tell you a story they didn't teach you in school. In the heart of what is now Kaduna State, Nigeria, there was once a kingdom called Zazzau. And in that land, sometime in the 16th century, a baby girl was born to the royal family. Her name was Amina. She was no ordinary child. While other girls played with dolls, Amina played with spears. While her peers braided hair, Amina trained with warriors. At age 16, she joined the Zazzau cavalry, the kingdom's elite military force. As an adult, she led expeditions to far lands, returning with tales that would make any king envious. The child who will rule does not sleep through the sound of war drums. When her father, the king, passed, her younger brother ascended the throne. But Amina was not bitter. She waited, watched, and when the time came, she took the throne. They called her Amina, daughter of Nikatau, a woman as capable as a man. But she was more. With a sword in one hand and a strategy in her mind, Queen Amina launched one of the greatest military campaigns in pre-colonial African history. She expanded Zazzau across vast territories, building walled cities and commanding armies of 20,000 soldiers. Most accounts of her wars come from her enemies, who exaggerated her strength to strike fear into the hearts of their next victims. The queen led from the front, fighting with a sword and shield, wearing only leather armor under the hot sun. She fought on horseback and on foot, never giving up until her enemies fell. Until the lioness learns to tell her story, history will always glorify the hunter. Queen Amina was not just a warrior, she was a builder. She ordered the construction of high protective walls around every city she conquered, some of which still stand today, known as the Amina Walls. Historians argue about why she built them. Some say they were purely defensive, but that overlooks the bigger picture. These walls also served as the foundation for new towns, incorporating existing settlements into the expanding Zazzau kingdom. They were a symbol of authority, marking the edge of her domain. Beyond those massive structures, they conquered lands and subjects incorporated into the kingdom. The walls kept her people safe and showcased her power. She wasn't married. She didn't need a king beside her to validate her rule. Some say she took temporary lovers in every town and then moved on. The queen was uninterested in settling down, her sights set only on the horizon. The eagle does not beg the wind to fly. She ruled for over 30 years, not with fear, but with power, brilliance, and pride. History disagrees on how she died. Some say she died in battle, cut down by a sword while charging an enemy. Others say she died in a place far from Zazzau, perhaps on a trading journey in what is now Ghana or Egypt. But one thing remains. Queen Amina died as she lived, a woman who refused to bow. Today we remember her not just for her conquests, but for what she represented. Strength beyond gender, leadership beyond tradition, and courage beyond fear. When the drums of courage beat louder than fear, even the weakest becomes a warrior. So when next they tell you, you can't, remember Amina, the girl who became a queen, the queen who became a legend. Thank you and welcome back to Wisdom Chambers. Please share this story. Let history breathe again. And don't forget, wisdom is a woman, and her voice must be heard. See you next time.